Human Resources Management in International Trade, IHRM. HRM refers to the human resources management concepts and techniques employers use to manage the HR challenges of their international operations, including acquiring, training, appraising and compensating employees, and attending to their labor relations, health and safety, and fairness concerns. Human resource management involves more than just selecting the best potential employees to fill open positions. Human resource management also includes predicting such changes, analyzing job requirements, and planning changes in a company's workforce to avoid future layoffs and reduce associated costs. Of course, one of the main tasks of an human resource management manager is to recruit and select candidates and introduce them to the company culture. HR strategic issues. Recently, human resource management departments have tended to focus on cost savings rather than building more agile, business-driven HR functions. The recent studies find ways in which companies can drive the change to a more business-driven HR function. These include the following. Move to more agile organization with flat, transparent, integrated talent strategies. Have transparent global talent mobility with continuous development. Implement global leadership and encourage global mindset. Integrate talent practices, policies and approaches globally. Encourage specialization of jobs and careers. Integrate talent acquisition and talent management. Invest in HR technology. Use analytics to understand the global talent issues. Give HR the training and skills to maximize the opportunity. What business wants from HR? Most business leaders today fully understand the value of people. They can articulate their top employee priorities and are willing to invest in getting what they need. At the same time, Chief Human Resources Officer, CHRO, leaders know that they must deliver what their organization needs and wants. As a result, when a business leader and her HR leader collaborate, they often focus less on what needs to be done and more on how. Executives are expected to require better, faster, more compliant human resource management services at lower cost. Unfortunately, human resource management organizations continue to struggle to meet these stringent requirements. The challenge of becoming better, faster, cheaper and more agile can be difficult for any organization. But decades of structures and roles that have been in place in leadership teams for human resource management organizations is still working. The challenge is double. Globalization, building the right infrastructure. Globalization is not something that just applies at the business strategy level. The appeal of globalization and the pressure to get there fast has put an enormous amount of pressure on functions such as HR, information technology, IT, finance, procurement, and legal, as they are the key to building the global infrastructure and foundation needed to achieve this business goal. And with the need for a globally diverse and highly mobile talent base on the top of most organizations' global agendas, HR is often at the forefront of the globalization mandate. Our organizations have responded to this call for action by aggressively looking to standardize across the relevant elements of the HR operating model: people, process, and technology. The thinking has been that to support the organization's goal to become global, there needs to be one system, one support structure, and one set of processes when it comes to HR activities. However, given their experience, these organizations are finding that it is not culturally right to go to the extreme, and may not be necessary to achieve the required level of globalization. HR leaders who push too far on a global agenda find what began as a seemingly effective foundation for change to be a setback in the development of the HR function. Globalization is not just about minimizing differences. It is about maximizing commonalities and taking advantage of key differences such as language, customs, legal compliance, level of education, technology and other factors. It is important for our to first assess and define what global means for business strategy. We obviously want to avoid excessive duplication and unnecessary differences between companies and countries. But doing everything the same way isn't always achievable or always desirable. For example, few cases, enforcing uniformity can even reduce regional advantage by tying each part of the organization to the lowest common denominator. Rather than bundling disparate businesses together, can segregate unconventional countries and regions, or minimize unique qualities that foster market-leading potential for business units. The role of HR in global expansion. As growth becomes increasingly centered around emerging markets and globalization, businesses find themselves relying on global mobility to supply a vital link for expansion. Despite the strategic importance of mobility, there is often a gap between the operational focus of mobility capabilities and business and people strategy. We've outlined how global mobility fits into the broader HR context and how it can be made more business-centric. We reviewed global resource procurement models and outlined the skills needed for mobility functions and our personnel. By equipping our professionals with the right skills, ensuring they are trained in mobility concepts, and empowered to lead business-focused mobility conversations, organizations can bridge mobility islands and allows you to focus more on your business goals. Are there any difference between domestic IHRM and international IHRM? The answer is yes, as there are activities should be performed when employees are recruited from abroad like immigration, expatriation in an emergency, disputes between local employees and expatriate, cross-cultural management. Integrating and supporting expatriate, procuring and developing expatriate. Conclusion. In conclusion, this article has explored the topic and presented key insights and arguments. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. Thank you for watching. Please like and share.